Hello and welcome to CLEA'S World. I am Clea and today I would like to share with you more of the information I've received from a 25th dimension. And before I continue, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And do give this video a thumbs up if you could, because that really helps me get my videos in front of more people, because I do believe these are messages that are worth spreading. And also do let me know in the comments below if the stuff resonates with you. I'm always interested in hearing how the stuff lands, because there's a lot sometimes and it's hard to wrap our minds around such a different version of reality from what we've been accustomed to focusing on or seeing with our 3D eyes. All right, so let's move forward. I'm going to be reading from a transcript, a part of the transcript from the session. And this is a qhht session. This was done in person with Carolyn. So Carolyn is back for this session. And we love Carolyn and we love Lorraine. I'm just so lucky to have these people that truly believe in what we're doing here and that are helping with this process. I'm truly, truly grateful for these ladies who are doing so much work in this world. But when I speak of Carolyn again, it's the hypnotist. She'll be reading questions that I prepared in advance. And when I speak of, when I refer to me, I'm speaking of myself under hypnosis, which means the answers are coming from a 25th. All right. Carolyn, the first time you connected with Clea, you said that on New Earth, we're going to try this game again. But this time, we're not going to allow the dense energies to take over. We're going to try playing in the light much longer. What did you mean by that? Me. So we already discussed that in the past. Okay, we're going to use human terms here so we understand each other. And they're referring to the fact that there is no past, no future, because there is no time. So they're saying, they're using words like the past, but we all understand it's not real. But in order to, as a reference points, they're gonna use English terms, which is helpful to us. All right, so we already discussed that in the past. We already discussed that's what's happened. Supposedly in the past is that the game was screwed up because of a misunderstanding at the 5th dimensional level. So the reason this happened is because we were given guidelines. We give ourselves guidelines. There's nobody outside of us. But basically, we decided we're going to split ourselves into 2 teams and we're going to be playing this game. Great. Everybody's going to this little corner of their multiverse. And they were laughing because they're talking about the corners, like the separate rooms where you pretend that you're conspiring against each other, and say, okay, what can we come up with? And so, of course, we fill different dimensions with our own people. It's always us. It's always the 2 teams. We're playing, quote unquote, against each other. We're really playing with each other because it's all just for fun. But basically, at the 5th dimensional level, they, on the side of the dark, they misunderstood what they had to do. They were just given guidelines of, we're creating this reality. You go there and play. And we all know, not just the dark, we all know that to maintain a 3D planet in place, every planet has to live within a certain range of vibration. So to keep a 3D planet in place, which has a certain density, and I'm not talking about the density of the planet, because there is a question about this coming up. Clea wanted to know, so what? Mars or the Pleiades, the planet the planet is just as solid as this one. So 3D, we think of 3D as being solid, but it's not the solidity of the planet that makes a planet 3D. Other planets, quote unquote, are just as solid, right? It's the level of consciousness. But for us to keep a certain reality here, for us to believe, so it's not about the solidity of the planet, but for us to believe fully in the limitations that we have set on this planet, we have to be at a certain, what we call a very low level of vibration. And there is no judgment here. We keep thinking low means, oh my God, so bad, it's low vibration. It doesn't work that way. We wanted this, okay? Because if we go above this range, we're just gonna break this game. We obviously The whole point was to have the specific game board available for us to do these things specifically. It's just like playing a different board game. So what happened though, is when in the fifth dimension, the dark team figured that, oh, what's the best way to keep a low vibration? This is when we go into our judgment of low vibration, where it's almost a metaphor for negative, okay? They thought, what is the easiest way to keep a low vibration? We're going to cause all this pain. We're going to cause all these challenges, because that's the easiest way to switch our focus to low vibration. We know this. We do it every day in our daily life. We know when we're being low vibration or high vibration, okay? All of us are doing this. And so it was a misunderstanding, because the truth is, yes, is it an easy way? Yes, but is it fun? And all of a sudden, the whole game is not fun anymore. We could have found it was available, a better way to keep the low vibration without the low vibration, meaning horrible vibration, where nobody's having fun anymore. We're doing horrible things. We feel bad. So that was the misunderstanding. This was not meant in bad faith. Just because we talk about the dark team, it does not mean the dark team is evil. The dark team is our friends. It's just the other team, okay? We could have been on the other side. We just chose. Doesn't mean we are better than them. We like here to think like we are somehow better than them. And here's the biggest problem. They're going to think as they move on and they start healing, they're going to think they did bad things and they were worse than us. Basically, we have also, when we isolate ourselves like this, we've also imprinted this idea on them where they ended up being, oh, now we're bad. We're always bad. This is actually going to be the hardest thing to do for us to heal the multiverse, is the fact that they're going to have a really hard time grasping that, really. Just like we are grasping that we are no better, they are going to have to grasp that they were no worse. And this is going to be the hardest thing for them to do. But we are digressing here. So the question was, why are we saying we're going to try to keep this going much longer in the light? This misunderstanding is no longer going to be available. There is going to be the opposite challenge, that we on New Earth are going to have no limits. And because we have no limits, we're still going to have to watch our tendency to feel, even though we will know better, we will know it's a game, we'll know we're all one, and not just all one like on the surface. We are one. We are one person, if you want to think about it that way. And they were laughing. We're just different facets. That's all. We are one energy. Us multiplying ourselves simply allows us to have multiple experiences at the same time. This is how much fun we're having. It's still one. It's one consciousness. We are one. There is no collective nothing. So our challenge is going to be the fact that we have to clear this idea that we are better. Because if we go based on this, we're going to feel like gods, what we consider gods. We're going to be able to have infinite powers, which is we already have them now. We just choose not to use them. But on New Earth, we're going to choose to use them and experiment with them. So the whole point is, let's not exaggerate. This is why. So we're going to have to learn to control ourselves and to not go with, it would be easy for us to, I'm snapping my fingers here, but it's even faster than that. It's a thought. You could destroy an entire planet. This is how powerful we are. Carolyn. So there is a chance that the dark energies could take over if we didn't watch what we do. Me. If we do not, we can become, because we have. This entire time, it was inside of us. These other people, they are playing the dark side. They're us. It's all me. It's all you. It's all everybody. There's only us. There's only one. And so this one, we have darkness inside of us. If we don't learn to integrate it and we go along with it, we could become the destroyers. This is the whole point of us understanding that everything is inside of us at all times and integrating it to where we don't judge it. We don't try to repress it. Oh my God, I'm so powerful. I am scared. I'm going to do some of this. Because the second we go into that, we think we can destroy, we become very dangerous. This is why the other planets are concerned. Some of the other planets, not all planets. This is why even the planets that cheer for us are concerned. We're going to have a power. It's not just about them, us telling them that the game is not real. They're going to see it from the fact that we have no limitations and we're just like them, right? So how come we have no limitations? It means nobody has limitations. So it's not just that we're going to ruin the surprise for them that, you know, this is a game. They are truly concerned that we're going to have powers that are unheard of within the matrix. Carolyn. So in the integration of the darker energies that we are going to try to observe and understand, is that how we avoid then going darker or denser with having the knowledge and using these powers? Me. Correct. Basically, there's going to be the temptation and you'll feel it. We will all feel it because if anybody has it, it means you have it. It's all you. So if anybody on your earth has a thought, you had the thought, okay? And so some of us, because it's all going to depend on our personality, we're still going to have our personalities, our histories, what we have already learned in a very narrow environment here on this planet, how we handle these things. There's going to be darkness. There's going to be darkness. We've told from the beginning, there's going to be darkness on your earth. And so the question is, how do we deal with it? We can't say it's you. Oh, it's you. You're dark. No, we're going to have to face it. And not only, we're going to see a darkness we've never seen before. There's not a veil. And we're going to see we have done all of this. And not only, we were doing it on a small scale, because thank God we had limits here. Now we have no more limits. In a day of darkness, when you're pissed off, you know how people here throw maybe a plate at the wall or break through, you know, or punch a wall? You could literally knock off a planet. So the question is, what do you do with that? Carolyn, right. What do you do with that, me? Power. That's right. To you, it's nothing. You're God now. You now remember. And not that you're God because you become God. You were always God. So now you remember that you are God. And what do you do with that? This is where you integrate and you realize it's all me. I don't have to act on anything. It's all me at all times. Whether it looks like this, it looks like that, it feels this way, feels the opposite way. So let me just sit and be at peace and just watch it, observe it. So we will learn to do nothing, to observe. That's all we're learning. That's all integration is. Carolyn. So since we're all aware of what every individual or every separate spark of God is doing, will we have watchers or are we our own watchers? And she means on your earth. Me. We will be our own watchers. We will still have watchers, like normally people that are watchers. It's a function, but it will be mostly because we're all one, right? So you don't need to have watchers like on other planets, like we've had to have here. Because if I'm watching, everybody's watching. Again, there's only one. There's only me. There's 3.5 million versions of me. It's only me on your earth. It's only you on your earth. We're just one person. Carolyn, wow, that is a lot from a 3D perspective to take in. And I wanted to close on that because isn't that so true? I've been thinking about this stuff obsessively since I got this information now for a couple of weeks, and it's a lot, but that's what I want to share with you. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.